Hello everyone, this is your friend Naruto Fix, and we are back with another epic What If Naruto fanfic. Which is, what if Naruto was sent back in time during the 4th Great Ninja War? If you love Naruto fanfics, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the journey with me. So, let's start the fanfic. The 4th Great Ninja War was collapsing around him. Explosions thundered across the battlefield as shinobi from every village clashed with thousands of white Zetsu. The ground itself shook under the weight of tailed beast chakra, burning craters into the earth. Madara Uchiha floated above it all like a god, his Rinnegan glowing with merciless calm. And Naruto Uzumaki was on his knees. He was bleeding, panting, every muscle screaming. Kurama's chakra flickered wildly around him, torn by the aftershocks of the infinite Tsukuyomi ritual beginning in the SK. Why? All the allied forces around him were either trapped in limbo or falling unconscious. He was alone. Kurama, we can't keep this up, Naruto gasped, tasting iron in his mouth. Kurama growled from inside him, a deep, furious sound. I know, but we're not giving up. Not to him. Not now. Madara descended slowly, his long dark hair fluttering, his shadows stretching across the battlefield. You fought well, Naruto Uzumaki, he said calmly. But you cannot stop fate. The world will sleep. Naruto forced himself to stand, fists shaking. Like hell I'll let you. Madara sighed, almost disappointed. And then, everything erupted. A spear of pure chakra burst from Madara's hand, not an ordinary attack, but a technique imbued with the power of the 10 tails, a tear in reality itself. It shot toward Naruto, ready to erase him completely. Kurama roared. Naruto, now! Kurama's full chakra surged in an instant, wrapping Naruto in a golden shell. But this attack wasn't just piercing space, it was tearing it open. A jagged rift formed behind Naruto like a gaping mouth of light and darkness. Madara's Mangekyo flared. Disappear. The blast hit. Naruto was thrown backward, into the rift, Kurama screaming his name as time itself folded around him. Everything went white. Everything went silent. And then, he fell. Naruto hit the ground hard. Not battlefield dirt. Not war-torn stone. But, smooth, clean pavement. He groaned and pushed himself up, vision swimming. Where was this? The battlefield was gone. The sky was blue. The air was calm. No smoke. No screams. No chakra of the 10 tails anywhere. Kurama whispered inside him, stunned. Naruto, something's wrong. Naruto blinked. He was in Konoha. Not destroyed. Not under attack. Normal. Peaceful. Villagers laughing. Merchants shouting. Genin running toward the academy with happy faces. Naruto staggered to his feet. This can't be real. Then a voice cut through the haze. Hey, you, what are you doing here? Naruto turned, and froze. A younger Chunin wearing the old Konoha vest stood in front of him, a face Naruto only remembered from old photos. Genma Shiranui, alive, younger, before the war. Naruto's throat closed. Genma, but you're supposed to be. Genma raised an eyebrow. Supposed to be what? You lost, kid. Naruto looked around, at the Anbu perched on rooftops. At the dated buildings. At the old Hokage faces carved into the mountain. And then he saw the last one. The 4th Hokage's face, intact, fresh, not yet worn by years. Kurama's voice trembled. Naruto, this is not an illusion. You've been thrown back in time. Naruto staggered. No way, no way. Genma eyed him suspiciously. You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. Naruto laughed weakly. If only he knew. Then he heard another voice, warm, familiar, impossible. Is everything alright over here? Naruto's heart stopped. Standing behind Genma, was Minato Namikaze. Alive, young, in full Hokage robes. Naruto's breath caught violently in his chest. His vision blurred. He couldn't move, couldn't speak, couldn't think. Minato walked closer, concerned. Are you hurt? What's your name? Naruto opened his mouth. No sound came out. Kurama whispered softly, for once almost gentle. Naruto, breathe. Minato blinked at his silence, then smiled kindly. It's okay. You're safe here. Naruto's fists clenched. Tears pricked his eyes. His heart hammered against his ribs with painful force. Safe. He hadn't felt safe in years. But this wasn't his father knowing him. This wasn't his Hokage. This was the man who died the night Naruto was born, before he ever saw his son's face. Naruto forced air into his lungs. I'm just a traveler, he managed. Minato nodded. Well, traveler, welcome to Konoha. If you need medical care, I can have someone escort you. Naruto swallowed hard. No, I'm okay. Kurama was silent. Naruto's thoughts raced. If he told the truth, everything could change. If he hid the truth, he might lose his only chance. And then, the ground trembled. A distant explosion echoed from the forest outside the walls. Genma cursed. Not again, that chakra. Naruto felt it too. A dark, cold surge that made his stomach twist. Minato's expression sharpened in an instant. An enemy attack. Genma, report it. I'll intercept the intruders. Quote. He vanished in yellow light. Naruto stared at the fading flash of the flying Raijin, trembling, awe, grief, pride, and fear mixing inside him. Then Kurama growled sharply. Naruto. That chakra, it's impossible, but... Naruto whispered it aloud. Obito. Kurama's silence confirmed it. Naruto clenched his fists. Memories of the war flashed in his mind. Madara manipulating Obito, Obito manipulating Akatsuki, everything spiraling toward destruction. But here Obito was still young. Still broken. Still savable. Naruto felt a surge of resolve burn through his chest. This is my chance, he whispered. I can fix it. I can save everyone, Dad, Mom, Kakashi-sensei, even Obito. Kurama smirked darkly. Then go. Change destiny. Naruto vanished in a burst of golden chakra, faster than even Minato had ever moved. This time, the future would not be written in suffering. This time, Naruto Uzumaki would change the world before it broke. Part 1 ends. Whenever you say, continue Part 1, I will write the next extremely long section. The world around Naruto blurred into a whirlpool of blinding white. The battlefield, the screams, the explosions, the black flames of Amaterasu, everything vanished like dust being sucked into a void. For a moment, Naruto felt weightless. Then came the impact. Thud. He crashed onto hard stone. The air was ripped from his lungs as he coughed and blinked rapidly, trying to clear his vision. When the bright haze faded, he froze. Because he was no longer lying on the fourth great ninja war battlefield. He was in the middle of a familiar village, too familiar. Konoha, not destroyed, not in ruins, not invaded, alive, peaceful, whole. And something was different. Everything was too clean, too quiet, too old. Naruto's heartbeat pounded in his ears. No way, did I actually go back? Again. But before he could process it, a shout cut through the air. Hey, what are you doing on top of the academy roof, kid? Quote. Naruto turned sharply. Two Chunin were staring at him, one he recognized immediately. Iruka-sensei, but younger, no scar, no tired eyes. His hair was darker, his posture straighter. The second one was Mizuki, before betrayal. Naruto's breath hitched. This wasn't a few years back. This was far earlier, before he even became a genin. Before Team 7. Before everything. Naruto forced himself to stand, brushing dust off his clothing. He glanced down at himself. He was wearing his war outfit, torn and scorched from the fight with Madara. Iruka frowned. Mizuki eyed him suspiciously. Are you injured? Iruka asked. Naruto opened his mouth to speak, but a small voice echoed behind them. Sensei, is something wrong? Naruto froze. A boy stepped out from the academy doorway, small, thin, with bright blue eyes and messy blonde hair. It was him, the younger Naruto, his childhood self. Naruto's entire world tilted. His throat tightened, breath catching painfully. Oi, why does he look like me? The younger Naruto shouted, pointing dramatically. All eyes turned to the older Naruto. Iruka stiffened now, truly alarmed. Who are you, and why do you look exactly like Uzumaki Naruto? Naruto inhaled slowly. He couldn't tell the truth, not yet. I'm a traveler, he said, steadying his voice. And I need to speak to the Hokage. Now, Mizuki sneered. You don't demand an audience with the Hokage. But Naruto moved so fast Mizuki barely saw him blur. He vanished from sight and reappeared right in front of him, golden chakra crackling faintly around his fingertips. Mizuki stumbled back, stunned. Iruka's eyes widened in awe. Incredible speed, he whispered. Not even a Jonin could move like that. Naruto clenched his fist. Please, it's urgent. Iruka hesitated, torn between caution and instinct. After a beat, he nodded. I'll take you to Lord Third. Naruto exhaled, relieved. But then, his younger self stomped up to him, eyes narrowed. Oi, if you're some future version of me, then tell me, do I become the coolest ninja ever? Quote, Naruto felt a strange tug in his chest, a mix of nostalgia and heartbreak. He crouched down, meeting the boy's eyes. You become better than cool, he whispered. You become someone who saves the whole world. Quote, the young Naruto stared, mouth hanging open in shock. Iruka blinked. Mizuki flinched. But Naruto stood straight again, expression turning serious. Because he could already feel it. A faint, dark pulse in the atmosphere. An echo he recognized too well. Zetsu was somewhere in this timeline. And if Zetsu was here, then the future wasn't safe. Not even close. Naruto followed Iruka, leaving his younger self behind, and walked toward the Hokage's tower. Each step filled him with a heavier realization. He wasn't sent back randomly. He wasn't here to rest. He was here for a mission. To change everything. To protect the one man whose death changed the entire history of the ninja world. Minato Namikaze. Naruto clenched his jaw as the tower drew nearer. Dad, I won't let you die this time. The village bell rang in the distance, marking noon. Naruto crossed the threshold into the Hokage tower. Ready to rewrite fate. Naruto stepped into the Hokage tower, the memories of his last moments in the war flashing through his mind like jagged lightning, Obito's scream, Madara's smirk, Sasuke being blasted back, Kurama roaring in fury. And then, the seal, the light, the collapse of time. He hadn't expected to wake up here. He hadn't expected to be given another chance. But now that he had it, he wouldn't waste a single second. The air inside the Hokage tower smelled different, older, filled with ink, dust, and the scent of burnin' incense instead of the scorched battlefield earth he'd grown used to. Chunin guards glanced at him suspiciously as Iruka escorted him through the hallways. But no one stopped him. No one dared approach the stranger with war-hardened eyes. Naruto walked silently beside Iruka until they reached the large double doors leading to the Hokage's office. Iruka nodded respectfully to the Anbu standing guard, cat mask, dog mask, and a hawk mask Naruto vaguely remembered from old Anbu files. Dog mask stepped forward. State your purpose, he said. Iruka gestured toward Naruto. He insists on speaking to the Hokage. Claims it's urgent. Dog mask stared at Naruto, and stiffened slightly. Naruto felt it too. A faint, subtle recognition. He knew exactly who this Anbu was. Kakashi. Younger, colder, still buried under years of grief and Anbu detachment. Naruto almost smiled, but restrained himself. He didn't want to break anything yet. Not this early. Not when every action here could change the future forever. Dog Mask turned toward the door. Lord Hokage. A visitor. From inside came the calm, aged voice of Hiruzen Sarutobi. Let him in. The doors creaked open. Naruto inhaled deeply and stepped inside. Hokage's office, a moment out of time. The room was exactly how he remembered from childhood. Scrolls piled everywhere, the large circular window showing the village below, the faint smoke from Hiruzen's pipe curling through the sunlight. But the man behind the desk, the third Hokage, alive and well, looked completely different to Naruto now. Not as the man who failed him. Not as the passive leader who allowed Danzo to manipulate things. But as the man Naruto now had to protect. Because every death, every loss, every war, all of it sprang from the corrupted chain of events that began when Minato died. And Hiruzen was one of the few who could help stop it. The third observed Naruto quietly, his sharp, experienced eyes analyzing everything, the scorched clothing, the strange chakra residue, the inexplicable resemblance to the young orphan Naruto sitting in the academy at that very moment. At last, he spoke. "You carry a powerful chakra," Hiruzen said. "Something I haven't felt since." His eyes narrowed. "Since the Nine Tails attack." A cold silence settled. Iruka swallowed nervously. Even Kakashi, behind the mask, stiffened. Naruto took a step forward, his posture calm and steady. "I need to talk to you privately, old man," Naruto said softly. "This isn't something anyone else should hear." Quote, the Anbu reacted instantly. Kakashi, Kat, and Hawk moved forward, hands drifting toward their weapons. "Enough." Hiruzen raised his hand. The Anbu froze. Iruka bowed and stepped out immediately, though he kept casting worried glances over his shoulder. The doors closed, leaving Naruto and Hiruzen alone. The truth, but not all of it. Hiruzen leaned back, exhaling a long stream of smoke. "You are not an enemy," he said calmly. "If you were, you would not have allowed yourself to be escorted here so openly. But you are also not merely a traveler, as you told Iruka." Naruto said nothing. Hiruzen continued, voice sharp as steel. "You said you needed to see me. Speak." Naruto met his gaze without flinching. "I'm here because the world is in danger," he said. "From a threat far older and far greater than anything you've ever faced." Hiruzen's fingers tightened slightly on his pipe. "What kind of threat?" Naruto took a breath. "You know about the Uchiha. The Sharingan." Hiruzen nodded slowly. "And the legend of the Sage of Six Paths." Another nod. "Then you also know," Naruto said, "that power like that never stays dormant." Quote, Hiruzen's eyes sharpened, recognition, shock, and caution all mixing together. "You speak of myth as if it is fact." "It is, and you know this how?" Naruto paused. "The truth, that he was from the future, that Kaguya would resurrect, that Madara and Obito would destroy the world, was too dange roused to reveal all at once. One wrong detail could create a paradox or make the timeline collapse. So Naruto offered half the truth. "I've seen what's coming," Naruto said. "And the person who will bring it, is already moving in the shadows." Quote, Hiruzen's expression hardened. "You're speaking of someone specific." "Yes." Naruto's voice went cold. "Zetsu. A creature older than the Uchiha clan. Older than the villages. He's manipulating everything from behind the scenes." Quote, Hiruzen inhaled sharply, taken aback by the specificity. "How do you know this?" Naruto locked eyes with him. "Because I fought him." The third Hokage did not blink. "You fought him," he repeated, "and lived." Quote, Naruto didn't respond. Hiruzen set down his pipe slowly. "You remind me of Minato." Naruto's heart twisted painfully. Hiruzen continued, soft yet sharp. "Tell me, if you truly know so much, why come to me? Why not approach the Hokage directly?" Naruto closed his eyes. He knew this was the moment. This was where everything would begin to shift. When he opened them, his voice was steady. "Because Minato isn't Hokage yet." Quote, Hiruzen froze. And Naruto finished. "And I'm here to save him." The third Hokage's silence. For the longest moment, the room was silent. Absolutely silent. No footsteps outside. No rustling scrolls. Only the faint, steady ticking of the wall clock. Hiruzen Sarutobi stared at Naruto as if staring across time itself. "Save Minato," he whispered. "From what?" Naruto's fists clenched. "From dying the night of the Nine Tails attack." Quote, the Hokage stood abruptly, something he rarely did. Naruto continued, "I won't let him die. I won't let the village burn. And I won't let the masked man take control of the beast." Hiruzen's breath hitched. "You know who the masked man is?" Naruto nodded slowly. Hiruzen swallowed. "Who?" Naruto closed his eyes. He would reveal that name soon, just not yet. Not until he assessed who to trust. "Someone you believe dead," Naruto said quietly. Hiruzen's hand trembled, a rare sign of fear. "But that's not the point right now," Naruto said. "The attack is coming. In a few months at most. Maybe less." Hiruzen gripped the edge of his desk, knuckles whitening. "But if what you say is true, then everything the Uchiha have been blamed for was manipulated," Naruto finished. "By Zetsu. By the masked man." By forces way beyond anyone here. Hiruzen slowly sat back down, eyes distant. A man who had lived decades as a leader, suddenly realizing he'd been a pawn in a story older than his entire lifetime. Finally, he looked up. What do you need from me? Naruto straightened. I need access to Anbu intelligence. I need to track disturbances in chakra across the village. And I need one more thing. Hiruzen raised an eyebrow. What is it? Naruto's voice softened. Let me meet him, before the attack. Who? Naruto stepped forward, eyes bright with intensity. My father. Outside the Hokage Tower, a shadow watches. As Naruto and Hiruzen spoke, a figure perched atop a tall building across the street. Half white, half black, emerging from the stone wall like a stain. Zetsu. He watched the Hokage Tower with his inhuman, yellow eyes. Black Zetsu hissed with irritation. This wasn't supposed to happen, that chakra, why is someone like him here? Quote, White Zetsu giggled quietly, voice echoing like a playful child. Looks like time got messed up. Black Zetsu narrowed his eyes. No matter, if he plans to save the fourth Hokage. We will simply kill him first. Quote, the weight of two timelines. Naruto left the Hokage Tower with his mind burning. Seeing Hiruzen alive, seeing Kakashi younger, feeling the village peaceful, oblivious to the storm about to destroy it. It felt surreal, like he was walking in a world made of glass. One wrong move and everything would shatter. The sun dipped low behind the Hokage monument, casting long shadows through the streets. Naruto walked silently, his senses expanded far beyond normal. Kurama's chakra blended with Sage Mode. Instincts made everything hyper-clear. Every footstep, every chakra flicker, every whisper of intention. This was not the Naruto of the old timeline. This was a warrior forged in war. A shinobi who had carried the world on his shoulders. Now returned to a past that didn't recognize him. And yet, behind his calm expression, emotions stirred violently. He was close to his father. Close to his mother. Close enough to save them. But he had to be careful. Too much interference could distort the timeline. Too little and the disaster would repeat. Naruto walked toward the training grounds, away from crowded streets, letting the cool air clear his thoughts. Then, he sensed it, a presence, silent, careful, following him since he left the tower. Naruto didn't turn around. You can come out, he said, his voice dangerously calm. I know you're there. A flicker of movement, a blur of black and gray. A masked Anbu knelt silently on a tree branch behind him. Dog mask. Kakashi. The first confrontation with Kakashi. Lord Third assigned me to observe you, Kakashi said quietly. His tone was emotionless, Anbu training choking out everything human. Your behavior and your knowledge are suspicious. I will accompany you until Hokage-sama says otherwise. Naive, loyal, cold, so different from the Kakashi Naruto knew. Yet exactly the same. Naruto turned slowly, meeting the single visible eye behind the mask. It's fine, Naruto said softly. Follow me if you want. But don't think you can keep up. Kakashi stiffened, not at the threat, but at the familiarity in Naruto's voice. The strange ache in his chest. A feeling like he should recognize this stranger. What's your goal in Konoha? Kakashi pressed. Naruto didn't answer directly. Instead, he asked, how old are you right now? 16. 17. Kakashi froze. How do you know that? Naruto stepped closer, eyes softening with a sadness Kakashi couldn't understand. You hide it better in the future, but right now, you're hurting. You think you've lost everyone. Your father, Obito, Rin. Kakashi's breath hitched sharply beneath the mask. His hand flew to his kunai pouch. Who are you? Naruto didn't flinch. I'm someone who knows your pain. Quote, the air went still. Naruto whispered, and someone who's going to stop you from losing anything else. Kakashi hesitated for the first time. His hand trembled slightly on the kunai. Naruto noticed. He remembered. Kakashi at this age was barely holding himself together. Every mission, every kill, every silent night spent staring at the Sharingan he shouldn't have had. It was eating him alive. Naruto softened his voice. You don't need to be my enemy. Kakashi lowered his kunai by a fraction. Then who are you? Naruto smiled sadly. You'll find out soon, but before that. He looked toward the sky, sensing chakra ripples shifting near the village border. Something is coming. A disturbance at the border. Kakashi stiffened. What did you sense? Naruto didn't answer. He sprinted toward the forest, body disappearing in a flash, nothing like the Naruto Kakashi vaguely knew of the academy. Kakashi followed instantly, but even he, a prodigy, Anbu trained, lightning fast, felt shock ripple through him. Naruto was faster, much faster. Kakashi barely kept Naruto in sight. What is he? Kakashi muttered beneath his breath. They arrived at the forest clearing just as the ground trembled. A swirl of black goo emerged from the soil. Zetsu. But not the casual, playful white Zetsu. This was Black Zetsu, the parasite of Kaguya, the manipulator of history. He rose from the earth with an inhuman hiss. So you noticed me, too soon. Kakashi tensed, unable to understand what he was seeing. Naruto stepped forward. No point hiding, Zetsu, Naruto said coldly. I knew you were watching. Black Zetsu narrowed his glowing eyes. This time manipulation, you shouldn't exist. You're interfering with Mother's resurrection. Kakashi whispered sharply. Mother. Naruto didn't let Zetsu continue. He vanished, a golden blur, and his fist smashed into Zetsu's face with enough force to crater the ground. Black Zetsu flew back, crashing into a tree. He hissed, ooze dripping from his cracked form. You shouldn't have come back here, Jinchuriki. Naruto's expression turned deadly. You made the mistake of thinking this timeline would be easy to control. He raised his hand, chakra swirling around his palm, spiraling inwards. Rasengan. But denser, harder, deadlier. Zetsu tried to sink into the ground, but Naruto was already there. He slammed the Rasengan into the earth, releasing shockwaves that ripped apart the soil. Zetsu shot out from the dirt, fleeing toward the tree line. But Naruto appeared instantly behind him. Sage mode. KCM speed. Even without transforming, he was overwhelming. Naruto grabbed Zetsu by the throat. This world, this future, will not belong to you. Zetsu wreathed, voice turning venomous. You think you can save the Hokage? Save the Uchiha. Save your pathetic future. Everything was destined to serve Mother. Naruto tightened his grip. Not anymore. He crushed Zetsu's neck, releasing a burst of chakra that forced the creature to dissolve into black sludge. Zetsu escaped, barely, but injured, weakened, and far more wary. Naruto watched him flee into the depths of the earth. Kakashi stared in silence. His voice barely came out. Who are you? Naruto turned. His eyes, calm, powerful, filled with ancient sorrow, met Kakashi's. I am Naruto Uzumaki, he said. And I'm here to save everyone. Things that should not exist. But Kakashi wasn't convinced. He stepped forward slowly, shakily. Naruto Uzumaki is a child in the academy. Naruto smiled faintly. I know. Kakashi's breath quickened. Zetsu reacts to you like you're a threat he already knows. Naruto didn't deny it. And your chakra, Kakashi whispered, it feels like the Force. Like Kushina's. But stronger. Too strong. Naruto didn't move. Kakashi forced out the last question. You're not from this time, are you? Naruto closed his eyes, and gave the first true answer since arriving here. No, I'm not. Kakashi went still. His world, already broken, splintered again. Naruto approached him slowly. I'm sorry, Naruto said quietly. You've lost too much already. But I'm going to change that. Quote. Kakashi trembled, not from fear, but from the fragile hope he didn't dare feel. What are you planning? Kakashi whispered. Naruto looked toward the Hokage monument. First, he said softly, I meet my parents. Quote, the night before destiny. For the first time since returning to the past, Naruto stood at the foot of the Hokage monument. The carved stone faces loomed over Konoha, lit by the orange glow of evening lanterns. But Naruto wasn't looking at Hashirama or Tobirama, not even at Hiruzen. His eyes were locked on the empty space where the fourth Hokage would someday stand. His father, Minato Namikaze, a man who hadn't even become Hokage yet. A man who still lived. A man Naruto could save. Wind blew across the cliffs, carrying faint laughter from nearby villages. Naruto inhaled deeply. Dad, I'm close. Behind him, Kakashi watched silently from the tree line, mask half-shadowed, mind drowning in confusion. He didn't understand this strange shinobi, yet he couldn't tear his gaze away. Because something about Naruto felt familiar. Not in appearance, not in voice, but in his heart. A meeting with fate. As Naruto walked toward the village gates, intending to slip away unseen, he sensed multiple chakra signatures closing in. Not Anbu, not ordinary Jonin. Naruto sighed. I guess I should have expected this. Quote, a moment later, 3 masked Anbu appeared around him in a perfect triangle formation. One of them stepped forward. We were ordered to escort you, the Anbu said. Lord Hokage has requested your presence. Quote, Naruto exhaled slowly. Already, you caused a violent chakra disturbance at the border, the Anbu replied. It alerted half the sensory core. Naruto tried not to smile. Zetsu running for his life tends to do that. Quote, the Anbu didn't respond. Professional, cold, but their sudden stiffness told Naruto he shouldn't have known that name. Kakashi landed silently behind them. He isn't hostile, Kakashi said. But he's definitely unusual. Quote, the Anbu leader looked at him. Dog, you were not given permission to speak. Kakashi shut up instantly. Anbu discipline was absolute. Naruto sighed. Let's go meet the Hokage then. The Hokage's office, a shift in history. Hiruzen Sarutobi stood at his window, pipe in hand, watching Naruto being escorted toward the building. He had sensed something immense. Something ancient. Something beyond anything Konoha had encountered since the Warring States era. This boy, he carries a power that shouldn't exist. Behind him stood a man dressed in a Jonin vest, arms crossed, blonde hair slightly shaggy. Minato Namikaze. Not Hokage yet. Still a rising star. Still alive. Naruto froze at the doorway. His heart slammed against his ribs. Minato. His father. Younger. Relaxed. Alive. Naruto struggled to breathe. Minato noticed him and smiled politely, unaware of what this moment meant. You must be the unusual chakra source, Minato said kindly. I'm Minato. Naruto's vision blurred. He forced a breath. I know who you are, Naruto whispered. Minato blinked. Hiruzen raised an eyebrow. Naruto lowered his head, trying desperately to control the tidal wave of emotion crushing his chest. Memories flashed behind his eyes. Minato's final words during the war. The warmth of his chakra inside Naruto's mind. The pride, the love, the sacrifice, and now, here he was, alive, unscarred by war, unaffected by tragedy. Naruto's throat tightened. Don't break, don't cry, don't hug him, not yet, not now. Hiruzen calmly took his seat. State your identity, he said, and why you possess chakra that feels similar to the 4th Hokage's lineage. Minato frowned lightly. 4th Hokage. Sensei, I. Hiruzen lifted a hand. Not yet, Minato. Quote, Naruto looked up. His eyes, blue like Minato's, fierce like Kushina's, held a quiet storm. My name is Naruto, he said slowly, and I'm here to stop a war before it begins. Hiruzen narrowed his eyes. War, yes, Naruto answered. One that kills thousands. One that destroys nations. One that ends with the 10 tails revived, the world enslaved, and humanity nearly wiped out. The room went still. Minato's face hardened. Hiruzen's fingers tightened around his pipe. Kakashi's blood chilled. Naruto stepped forward. And I'm also here to stop the death of someone important. Minato asked quietly, who? Quote, Naruto looked straight into his eyes. You. Silence. Minato's breath hitched. Hiruzen's pipe fell from his hand. Kakashi stumbled backwards in shock. Naruto continued, voice trembling but controlled. You die on the night of the 9 tails attack. You save the village but lose everything. And after that, nothing is the same. Minato's heart slammed against his chest. How do you know this? Naruto's voice softened, but the weight in it was unshakable. Because I lived it, Kakashi gasped. Hiruzen stood from his seat. And Minato. Minato stared at Naruto like he was looking at a ghost. The shattering truth. Minato stepped forward slowly, eyes shaking. What, exactly, are you saying? Naruto closed his eyes. Then he spoke the truth he had been holding back since arriving in the past. I am Naruto Uzumaki, born on the night of the Nine Tails attack. Quote, son of Minato Namikaze, and Kushina Uzumaki. The room froze. Kakashi staggered. Hiruzen's jaw tightened. And Minato's world stopped. He stared at Naruto's face, finally noticing every subtle detail he had overlooked. The blonde hair, the blue eyes, the shape of his face, the chakra signature, warm, blazing, familiar. His voice broke as he whispered, my son. Naruto's throat closed. Tears stung his eyes. He nodded once. Minato took a single step forward. Then another. Then, with a trembling voice full of hope, fear, and overwhelming emotion, he whispered, Naruto. And Naruto whispered back, Dad. Minato didn't think, didn't hesitate, didn't question. He crossed the room in a blur and wrapped Naruto in a desperate, crushing embrace. The kind of hug Naruto had dreamed of his entire life. Naruto gasped softly, and hugged him back. For the first time, in two timelines, father and son finally held each other. Minato didn't let go. Years of suppressed fatherhood, years that hadn't even happened yet, poured out all at once. His arms trembled. His breath shook. For the first time, he felt something break inside him, something he didn't know he'd been holding back. Naruto, who had met death, loneliness, rejection, and war, finally felt the warmth he'd always been denied. Minato whispered into his hair, voice cracking. I'm so sorry, Naruto. I'm so sorry. Naruto squeezed his eyes shut, swallowing the emotion threatening to drown him. It's not your fault, Dad. You never had a choice. Quote, Minato's fingers curled into Naruto's jacket. But you grew up alone, Minato murmured, guilt twisting in him. Without us, without family, without anyone. Naruto pulled back slightly, meeting Minato's eyes. I lived, Naruto said softly. I survived, and I became someone you'd be proud of. Minato didn't even try to stop the tears this time. You already are. Behind them, the room was silent, so silent Kakashi thought the world had stopped spinning. Kakashi slowly sank to one knee, breath shaky. Sensei, you have a son from the future. And he's my friend, my rival, the one who changed everything. Hiruzen finally cleared his throat, not out of irritation, but because the weight of history had become physically overwhelming. Naruto, as much as this moment deserves its time, we must understand more. Minato exhaled shakily but nodded. He put a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto, you said there's a war coming. Naruto's expression hardened instantly. Yes, and it's worse than anything this world has ever faced. The future war, a glimpse of nightmare. Hiruzen gestured to the meeting table. All four sat, but the atmosphere shifted, warmth replaced by cold dread. Naruto placed both palms on the table. 5 nations unite, he began, because of a threat greater than any shinobi war. Minato leaned forward. Greater than the 9 tails. Naruto nodded. A masked man resurrects the 10 tails. Quote, Hiruzen's pipe slipped from his hand a second time. Kakashi's fingers tightened around his chair. Minato's heart stopped. Naruto spoke each word clearly. He tries to cast infinite Tsukuyomi, to trap the whole world in a dream. Quote, Minato whispered, horrified, a genjutsu over the entire planet. Naruto continued, tone darkening. And he nearly succeeds. Nations fall. Clans die. My friends, my family, almost die. He clenched his fist. But the worst part. Minato swallowed. Naruto looked directly at him, unblinking. You die protecting me. Minato's pupils shrank. Naruto's breath hitched, but he continued. You saved the village. You saved me. But it cost you your life. And I grew up, without you. Without Mom. Minato shut his eyes, jaw trembling. I refuse, Minato said quietly. I refuse to let that future happen. Hiruzen finally stood. I must call an emergency council. Naruto's hand hit the table. Slam. No. Hiruzen blinked. Minato looked at him sharply. Naruto. Naruto's eyes hardened into pure, battle-forged steel. You can't tell the council. Not yet. Danzo can't know. The room froze. Kakashi tensed immediately, instinct. Hiruzen's expression darkened. Why? Naruto looked him dead in the eye. Because Danzo is one of the reasons everything goes wrong. Quote, silence. Minato whispered. Naruto, what did he do? Naruto inhaled deeply. Danzo manipulates events behind the scenes. He tries to steal the Nine Tails. He interferes with the Uchiha. He experiments on children. He triggers wars. In the future, he becomes one of Konoha's biggest threats. Hiruzen closed his eyes. I feared as much. Naruto leaned forward. We tell no one. Not until we make a strategy. The wrong move destroys this entire timeline. Quote, Minato nodded slowly. I trust you. Naruto felt something warm flicker in his chest, the warmth of finally having someone believe him immediately. The fox's warning. A sudden wave of foul, massive chakra pulsed from Naruto's body. Kakashi stumbled backward. Hiruzen steadied himself. Minato shot up from his chair, eyes wide. Naruto. Naruto clutched his chest. Kurama's voice echoed inside his mind. Naruto. Something's wrong. Quote. Naruto gritted his teeth. What is it? I'm sensing something impossible. Minato reached forward, placing a steadying hand on his son's back, unknowingly strengthening Naruto's resolve. Kurama, Naruto whispered internally, what's happening? Quote. And then the answer came. There's another me in this timeline. Naruto's eyes snapped open. What? Minato froze. He felt the shift. Hiruzen stared. Kakashi looked around wildly. Another Nine Tails, Kurama growled. But not split, not sealed, not controlled. Its chakra is moving, searching. Naruto felt cold sweat dripping down his spine. That's impossible. In this timeline, it should still be sealed inside Mom. Kurama cut him off. No, this chakra is moving on its own. Naruto stood instantly. This timeline has already changed. Minato's blood ran cold. Naruto, what does that mean? Naruto slowly turned toward the window, voice low, controlled, but filled with urgency. It means someone else time traveled. Kakashi's breath caught. Hiruzen gripped the edge of his desk. Minato stood beside Naruto, eyes sharpening. Who? Naruto's voice dropped to a deadly whisper. The kind of voice only a shinobi shaped by war could have. The masked man who started the war. The one who killed you. The one who controlled Kurama. Naruto clenched his fists. Obito Uchiha. Minato's eyes widened with horror. Kakashi's entire body went numb. Hiruzen felt the weight of history collapse onto him. Naruto continued. And if Obito is here? He turned around, eyes glowing with fury. Then the fourth great ninja war has already started. In this timeline. The timeline is breaking. The room felt colder than any battlefield Naruto had faced. Obito Uchiha. Alive. Somewhere in this timeline. If Obito had come back too. Then the entire world was teetering on the edge of collapse, before the fourth war had even begun. Minato's jaw tightened. Obito is alive. The same Obito I trained. The same one who. Naruto turned, expression hard enough to carve stone. Yes, and he's the same man who will attack Konoha. The one who released Kurama. The one who killed Mom. Minato lowered his head, pain cutting deep. Kakashi stepped forward, voice trembling. You're telling me Obito, my teammate, becomes the masked man responsible for everything. Quote, Naruto didn't soften his tone. Kakashi, he's not the same boy you knew. He fell into darkness, manipulated, controlled, twisted, by someone even worse. Hiruzen's hands clenched behind his back. Worse than Obito. Naruto nodded. The true mastermind behind the war, behind Akatsuki, behind everything, is Madara Uchiha. Minato froze. Kakashi nearly dropped his mask. Hiruzen stared like he'd been struck. Naruto continued, his voice low and certain. And if Obito has already time traveled, there's a chance Madara has as well. A cold, suffocating silence swallowed the room. If Madara was loose in the past, even the future might not survive. Kurama roars. Naruto suddenly dropped to one knee, clutching his chest. A massive, violent surge of chakra burst from inside him, like a tidal wave of pure fury. Minato instantly grabbed him. Naruto. What's happening? Naruto gasped. Kurama, he's reacting to the other chakra, it's too close, too familiar. Inside Naruto's mindscape, the bars of Kurama's cage shook violently. Kurama's eyes glowed with hellish rage. That chakra, it's mine. Naruto gritted his teeth as the ground inside the seal shattered beneath him. Kurama, calm down. Calm down. Kurama roared. Someone is using my chakra outside. Someone WHO isn't my container. The chains rattled. Dark wind tore through the mindscape. Naruto felt his heartbeat stutter. Who is it? Naruto demanded. Kurama snarled. A Jinchuriki. A piece of me. Someone WHO stole my power. Naruto froze. That shouldn't exist in this timeline. Kurama's rage intensified, shaking Naruto's body in the real world. Minato held him tighter. Naruto, focus. I'm right here. Quote. Naruto grit his teeth, grabbing Minato's sleeve with trembling fingers. Dad, Kurama says someone else is using his chakra. Minato's eyes sharpened immediately. That means the masked man is already moving. Quote. Hiruzen grabbed his staff. Kakashi, Minato, Naruto, we have to locate this chakra immediately. Kakashi nodded, lightning crackling faintly around his fingertips. Naruto stood slowly, breath heavy but eyes blazing. I can track it. Uzumaki's sensory skills, and Kurama's link. I'll find it. Kurama growled inside him. Southeast. Near the forest. Someone is suppressing it, but they're sloppy. Naruto opened his eyes. I have a location. Minato took one step forward. Naruto grabbed his arm. Dad, you can't go. Minato frowned. Why? Naruto looked straight into his eyes. Because if the masked man sees you, he will change everything. He'll target you even earlier. Minato hesitated. But, Naruto squeezed his arm harder. You died once for me. I won't let that happen again. Not this time. Minato's breath trembled. All right, but be careful. Quote. Naruto nodded. Then, the first time TRAVEL team is formed. Hiruzen stepped forward. I will accompany you. Kakashi, you come too. Kakashi nodded. Naruto, let us. Naruto inhaled. Kurama rumbled inside him. He's close. And he's not alone. Naruto whispered. Dad, we'll be back. I promise. Minato's eyes shined with pride. Bring my student home. Naruto smirked. I'll bring all of them home. Then, whoosh, a golden flash of chakra erupted around Naruto as he activated a cloak. Not Kurama's chakra, but something Minato recognized instantly. Minato's eyes widened. That's my chakra signature. Naruto grinned. Yeah, I figured out how to use Mom's seal to access traces of your power. He winked. Don't worry, I'm not as fast as you yet. Minato laughed softly. We'll change that. Naruto turned. Kakashi and Hiruzen followed. They shot out of the Hokage's window, leaping across rooftops, wind tearing past them, toward the dark forest where destiny had shifted. Naruto narrowed his eyes. Kurama, talk to me. The one using my chakra. He's not hiding anymore. Then we corner him. Kurama's voice rumbled like an earthquake. He's waiting for you. Naruto's heart slammed in his chest. Waiting for me. Kurama's voice dropped to a growl filled with ancient fury. Yes, because he knows you're here. And he wants to change destiny too. Naruto felt cold dread. Who is he? The answer made his blood freeze. It's not Obito. It's not Madara. It's something worse. Quote. Naruto skidded to a stop. Kakashi landed behind him. Hiruzen narrowed his eyes. Naruto, what is it? Naruto whispered. Kurama says it's me. Kakashi stiffened. Hiruzen's grip tightened. Naruto turned slowly toward the forest. Another Naruto, using Kurama's power, is somewhere in those trees. Kurama added the final detail, his voice shaking with hatred. And he feels stronger than you. Naruto's heart dropped. The forest rustled. A silhouette stepped out. Familiar, incorrect, twisted, same face, same hair, same eyes, but colder, sharper, filled with killing intent. The other Naruto smirked darkly. So you finally arrived, he said. Kakashi grabbed his kunai instantly. Hiruzen summoned Enma. Naruto clenched his fists, heart racing. Who are you? The other Naruto stepped forward, cloak glowing blood red. I'm you, he said. Just, not the weak version. Quote, Naruto, thrown back in time during the war, found himself in the era just before the Nine Tails attack. He saved Minato from an ambush, confronted the masked man, future Obito, and secretly began preparing to change history, without breaking time beyond repair. Now, everything reaches its climax. Crescent Moon Final Chapter, the day history trembled. Naruto stood on top of the Hokage monument at dawn. The wind was cold, sharp, familiar. Tomorrow was the day the Nine Tails was supposed to attack. Naruto's fists tightened. Greater than, I'm done watching everyone suffer. Not again. But altering one moment could destroy countless others. He needed to end the threat without risking the future. Fire Scene 1, the man behind the mask appears again. Night fell, and with it, the masked man emerged from a swirl of space. Naruto sensed him instantly. Greater than Naruto, you don't give up, do you? Masked man, you're a variable, and I don't tolerate variables. Quote, they clashed. This time, Naruto fought carefully, balancing strength with strategy. He used a flash of chakra identical to Minato's flying Raijin to bait him. The masked man's Sharingan widened. Greater than masked man, who taught you that? Naruto, a man you're not worthy of speaking about. A Rasengan smashed into the masked man's shoulder, forcing him back through his own Kamui vortex. Naruto didn't chase. He knew the truth. Greater than Naruto, thinking, that wasn't pain in his voice. It was confusion, and grief. Fire Scene 2, Naruto meets the woman he never got to meet. Kushina Uzumaki was training late behind the Hokage residence. Naruto had watched her from a distance many times now, unable to speak. Tonight, something in him broke. He stepped into the clearing. Kushina turned, kunai ready. Greater than Kushina, who are you? Naruto, your chakra feels warm. Just like mine. Her eyes narrowed. Greater than Kushina, are you, an Uzumaki? Naruto, yeah, I came a long way to see you. She studied him, hair, eyes, presence. And then, her voice softened. Greater than Kushina, you're carrying a heavy burden, aren't you? Quote, Naruto almost lost control. He wanted to tell her everything. Instead, he smiled, sad, trembling. Greater than Naruto, you have no idea. Kushina stepped closer. Greater than Kushina, then let me share some of it. Quote, for the first time in years, Naruto felt a mother's warmth, even if she didn't know the truth. He left before Minato arrived, heartbreaking with every step. Fire Scene 3, the night of the attack begins, but Naruto is ready. It happened exactly at midnight. A scream of pain, a spark of chakra, a masked man slipping through the barrier. Naruto shadowed him silently. Minato teleported in, just like in history. The masked man ripped the Nine Tails from Kushina. But, Naruto jumped in before the beast could fully manifest. Kurama roared at the sight of him. Greater than Kurama, you, again. Naruto, not today, fuzzball. Naruto formed a massive seal pattern with golden chakra chains, something he learned from watching Kushina secretly train. The masked man's eyes widened. Greater than masked man, you shouldn't exist. Naruto smirked. Greater than Naruto, and yet, here I am. Fire Scene 4, Minato sees the truth. Minato teleported to Naruto's side, shocked. Greater than Minato, who are you? Naruto, someone trying to protect his home, and his family. Minato stared at him. Same hair, same eyes, same stubbornness. A terrifying suspicion formed. Greater than Minato, Naruto. Quote, Naruto froze. Greater than Naruto, this isn't the time. He pushed more chakra into the seal, forcing the Nine Tails back into Kushina just before she fainted. History was already changing. Minato placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Greater than Minato, thank you, whoever you are. And Naruto finally let a tear fall. Fire Scene 5, the masked man's last stand. The masked man tried to escape. Naruto chased. The Kamui swirl opened. Naruto jumped inside with him. They landed in the Kamui dimension. The masked man staggered, injured. Greater than Naruto, take off the mask. Masked man, you'll gain nothing from seeing my face. Greater than Naruto, I already know who you are, Obito. Quote, the masked man froze. His world cracked. Greater than Obito, how? Naruto, because someone in the future never stopped believing in you. Obito's fist trembled. Greater than Obito, that boy must have been a fool. Quote, greater than Naruto, maybe. But he was a fool who saved the world. Obito lowered his head, silent, broken. Naruto stepped forward. Greater than Naruto, you can still change. You don't have to walk this path. For a moment, Obito seemed human. But the darkness pulled him back. Greater than Obito, it's too late for me. He escaped through Kamui. Naruto didn't chase. History was changed enough. Fire final scene, a future unwritten. Minato and Kushina survived the night, thanks to Naruto. The village suffered damage, but nowhere near the scale of the original history. Naruto returned to the Hokage monument, watching the sunrise. Would he remain here forever? Would he return home? Would the future be erased? He didn't know, but for the first time, he wasn't scared. Greater than Naruto, whatever comes next, I'll face it with a smile. A soft voice behind him. Greater than Minato, Naruto, we need to talk. Naruto turned. Minato and Kushina were both standing there. And part 1 ends, right as Naruto steps toward the parents he never got to have. Thank you.